Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Unfortunate Love was how Rishi and Lakshmi finally got an uncompleted building to live as a house after they left the Oberoi house, and Neelam decided to cook up an evil plan against Lakshmi for snatching her son away from her. So let's continue from there. Rishi is trying to fix the sack at the window in their new uncompleted home. Lakshmi tells Rishi that she will hang the cloth on the window if he cannot do it. Rishi says no and says he will do it, and he asks Lakshmi to give him the rope. Lakshmi says Rishi should stop doing drama, and Rishi says he would open a drama company, and they argue lovingly. Rishi fixed the net on the window and asks that how did Lakshmi get the rope and the net. Lakshmi tells Rishi that when they were coming there, she saw the rope and the sack on the roadside, so she went back to pick them and now they are useful. Rishi says that she is really Lakshmi and she has good eyesight. Rishi asks Lakshmi to peep into her heart and find out about her feelings for him. Lakshmi gets upset and says she doesn't want to talk to him. Rishi says, "I am sorry, Lakshmi. Please don't get upset with me," and says, "I really love you. Please don't be upset with me." And Lakshmi looks on. At the Oberoi house, Grandma asks Virendra if he asks Neelam where she is going to. Virendra says yes, but Neelam was very angry that she did not say anything. Karishma asks if Neelam went to bring Rishi back home. Ayush comes there and asks if Neelam auntie went to get Rishi, and Virendra says it is possible. Karishma tells Virendra that Lakshmi should not come here with Rishi, but Ayush argues with Karishma, so Karishma tells Ayush to keep quiet and says that she knows that Ayush dances on Lakshmi's tune and he follows Lakshmi's conspiracy always. Ayush says to Karishma that Lakshmi doesn't know how to do conspiracy and says it is us who made Lakshmi dance on our tunes. Ayush tells Karishma that when we need Lakshmi to marry Rishi and save him from death, then Lakshmi obeyed. When we asked her to divorce Rishi, then she obeyed too, and says Lakshmi always dances to our tunes always without thinking about herself. Virendra says enough of argument and says it is yet to be seen who will come with Neelam. Ayush says to Virendra that Rishi should come back with Lakshmi. Grandma says Neelam should bring both Rishi and Lakshmi, and Virendra says then our house will get happy again. Grandma says it will be good if Rishi and Lakshmi come together, and Neelam comes there with Malishka, and Grandma, Virendra and Ayush are shocked, while Karishma is happy. Neelam holds Malishka's hand and takes her inside from the entrance, and everyone is shocked. At the uncompleted building, Rishi tells Lakshmi that he will not hurt her heart again and he will do what she asks him to do, and he asks her to talk to him. Lakshmi asks Rishi to hold his ears to say sorry, and Rishi holds his ears and smiles. Rishi asks Lakshmi if their love is back, and Lakshmi says they are friends again. Rishi says friends? Lakshmi looks on, and Rishi says that it is okay if Lakshmi considers them as friends for now, and he does high five with her and says let's put the curtain, that is the sack, quickly, and they both fix the sack to cover the window. Lakshmi says to Rishi that we should get this window closed with real window and says I will talk to the Panipuri auntie tomorrow. Lakshmi says to Rishi that we need some stuff for the house too, and Rishi asks that from where would they get money. Lakshmi says I have some money at my auntie's house, so tomorrow I will get the money so that we can buy some foodstuffs. Rishi asks Lakshmi that will you spend your money for me? Lakshmi says what is money? And says I can give my life for you. So how much more money? Rishi asks that why do Lakshmi care for him so much? And Lakshmi hesitates, but then she says because you are my friend. Rishi says friend, but he kept quiet so that Lakshmi will not get angry. Rishi asks Lakshmi that how much money is needed for everything they will buy in the house. Lakshmi asks that why is he asking, and Rishi asks her not to worry, and he thinks that Lakshmi thinks for him so much and says he would also do something good for her. Karishma tells Neelam that you went to take Malishka and says we thought that you went to bring Rishi back. Virendra tells Malishka that Rishi is not made for her and he asks her to accept it at the earliest. Grandma says to Neelam that it is good that you brought Malishka here because we will make Malishka understand. But Neelam says that she did not bring Malishka so that they can make her understand. Neelam tells everyone that she has brought Malishka to the house to give her the right of a daughter-in-law, and everyone is shocked. Lakshmi goes out and comes back with the water in a bottle, and she tells Rishi that she has brought water bottle from the neighbor because Rishi drinks water in the night, so she thought to make the water available for him. Rishi asks Lakshmi that, so you remember that I drink water in the night? And Lakshmi says yes. Rishi says you should not go to someone's house to ask for anything. Lakshmi says they are neighbors now, and it is common in our village because they used to ask the neighbors for things they need, and says it is done to make relationship with neighbors stronger. Lakshmi says to Rishi that you will not know about these things because you lived in a big house, but in the village, every neighbor knows each other and they get related. Rishi says I will become your neighbor to get related to you, and Lakshmi looks on. At the Oberoi house, Neelam says she has brought Malishka here as her daughter-in-law and nobody will stop her. Virendra asks Neelam that how can Malishka be your daughter-in-law when Rishi doesn't even love her? Neelam says Rishi told us 1,000 times that he loves Malishka, and he said this to Malishka also many times. Grandma says it was old matter and Rishi loves Lakshmi now. Neelam says Rishi is my son and I know him well, and Rishi doesn't love Lakshmi. Rishi and Lakshmi find the ceiling fan in the building not working. Lakshmi goes out again. Rishi tried to stop her, but then he thinks that he should leave her because whenever she goes out, then she always comes back with solution. Karishma says to everyone that Rishi loves Malishka only, and he only just have a misunderstanding that he loves Lakshmi. Neelam says to Grandma and Virendra that even they all used to love Malishka before Lakshmi arrived, but now they have been trapped by Lakshmi. Ayush comes closer to Malishka and asks if Malishka doesn't have any self-respect for coming back to their house to stay after her so-called husband left her on her wedding day and ran away with another woman. Malishka says to Ayush that her self-respect and Lakshmi's self-respect are the same and they are both shameless because Lakshmi was stuck with Rishi even after knowing that Rishi loves Malishka. Malishka says Lakshmi lived in this house even after she was divorced and says, did you ask Lakshmi also if she has lost her self-respect? Malishka says to Ayush that I was brought here by the head of the house and nobody can do anything. Neelam says Malishka will stay here as my daughter-in-law and she asks Ayush not to insult her. Neelam asks Malishka to come and she should call her as mom from now on, and Neelam takes Malishka inside. Karishma tells them that sister-in-law Neelam was sad, but now she is happy, and this is the quality and the avatar of Neelam Oberoi. Lakshmi come back inside and Rishi asks that why did Lakshmi come empty-handed when he thought that she would come with solution for the fan. Lakshmi says that she had kept all the construction stuffs outside, so Kashi, the Panipuri lady, took it. Lakshmi says we could have used the pipe and rotate the fan to make it start working again. Rishi wondered how a pipe would make the fan start working again and says you couldn't become a Mumbai girl, and he asks her to become the village lioness. He says he is a lion and he roars while Lakshmi smiles. Rishi says he will do something to make the fan start working again, and he asks Lakshmi not to underestimate Rishi Oberoi. Abe tells Kiran that it is Neelam's stubbornness and challenge that she called as her duty, and she will get Rishi to marry Malishka. Abe says Neelam's ego is hurt and she cannot bear the defeat, so Neelam would definitely do something. Kiran says Neelam is really good at getting whatever she wants, but her fight this time is with her son, and that is why she is worried. Abe says Neelam's fight is with Lakshmi, and she will snatch Rishi from Lakshmi, and she will become great like she was before. Rishi tries to jump and rotate the fan, but he couldn't touch the fan. Rishi asks Lakshmi to jump as he says 1, 2, 3, but Lakshmi also couldn't touch the fan, and they wondered what to do. So now says to Abe and Kiran that Malishka should win. Kiran says Neelam is determined and she will not break her determination, and she should get Rishi and Malishka married, and says Malishka loves Rishi so much and she should get a lifetime happiness and not a lifetime pain. Rishi lifted Lakshmi while she rotated the fan holding a small rod, and they look at each other. A song plays in the background. The fan rotates and Rishi says the remedy worked and he gets happy. Virendra tells Grandma that Neelam will snatch Rishi and Lakshmi's happiness. Grandma says Neelam is doing a mistake and says Neelam just wants Malishka to be happy. Ayush says to Grandma and Virendra that Malishka is stubborn and she just wants her happiness and not Rishi's happiness. Virendra says we have to think about Malishka also after thinking about Lakshmi, and Virendra hopes that everything will be fine, and Grandma gets worried. Rishi and Lakshmi lay down two sacks on the floor to sleep because there is no bed, and Lakshmi asks Rishi to try to sleep even though there is no bed, no mattress or even bed sheet. Lakshmi asks Rishi to make his hand as pillow and he should try to get sleep. Rishi asks Lakshmi that how will he make his hand as pillow. Lakshmi says like this and she shows him, and she asks him to think good and then he will get sleep. Rishi nods and both Rishi and Lakshmi sleeps on the floor separately and they look at each other. Rishi and Lakshmi are lying down on the floor in the uncompleted house. Rishi tells Lakshmi that his hand is not soft enough as pillow, so he couldn't sleep. Lakshmi asks, what do we do? Rishi asks Lakshmi to sleep and says he will try to sleep too, and Lakshmi says good. Lakshmi records their moment together, and Rishi lays down and turns to Lakshmi, and he thinks that please say I love you to me. Lakshmi says in her heart that I will not say it, and you just have to sleep, and she calls him a drama queen in her heart. Rishi asks, who do you call as drama queen? Lakshmi asks, did you hear what my heart is saying? Rishi says, I can hear your heart talks because we have heart-to-heart connection and I hear everything, and Lakshmi smiles. At the Oberoi house, Neelam tells Malishka that she got the guest room ready for her, but very soon she will shift her to Rishi's room. Malishka says, I feel blessed to get a mom like you, but why is Rishi not seeing my love and he went away with Lakshmi? Malishka asks if Rishi would agree to Neelam saying, and Neelam says that she has brought Malishka here and she will bring Rishi here too, and she will get them married. Neelam says to Malishka that you are my daughter-in-law and I will make you marry my son and I will make you the daughter-in-law in front of the people. She gives Malishka swear that she will get her married to Rishi even if she have to do anything, and Malishka smiles. Rishi asks Lakshmi if he is really a drama queen, and Lakshmi asks him to sleep and she turns to the other side and pretends to fall asleep. Rishi calls Lakshmi to talk to her and he thinks that Lakshmi must have slept because she is tired. So he also lies down on the floor and he keeps an handkerchief on his leg and he pulls it up to his face as if he is covering himself with a blanket. Virendra comes to his room. Neelam turns to the other side and switches off the light. Virendra thinks that he never thought that Rishi would leave the house and Neelam would be like this and they would have a separate ward in one room. Barney says to Shalu that why did their sister not accept her love even after brother-in-law's love confession, and Shalu says that she doesn't know what Lakshmi is thinking. Barney says to Shalu that if Lakshmi had confessed and accepted her love for Rishi, then their marriage would have happened and it would have been done in the same altar that was set up for Rishi and Malishka. Ayush calls Shalu and asks her to tell him what a girl should do if her to-be husband left her on the wedding altar and ran away with someone else, and Shalu realized that Ayush is talking about Malishka. Shalu asks Ayush to ask her what Malishka should do, and Ayush says yes, he is talking about Malishka. Shalu says Malishka should forget brother-in-law because he doesn't love her. Ayush says you are right, but do you know that Malishka has no shame because she has come back here to stay as Rishi's wife, and Shalu is shocked. Malishka is sleeping in the room at the Oberoi house and she imagines Rishi on the bed with her and she smiles, but soon her imagination ends as she tries to rest her head on Rishi's chest, but her head hits the pillow instead and she gets angry. At the uncompleted building, Rishi takes off his groom attire because he was feeling hot and he couldn't fall asleep. Rishi struggled to sleep because the floor is not comfortable and the ceiling fan is not blowing well too, but he tried to sleep after removing his clothes, remaining his trouser and his singlet. Lakshmi slightly opened her eyes and she thinks that Rishi is not habitual to sleeping on the floor and without AC, and the fan is also slow, and Lakshmi pities Rishi. Malishka is sleeping in Rishi's room even though Neelam gave her the guest room. Malishka says if me and Rishi have gotten married today, then our wedding night would have happened and this room would have been mine. But that illiterate Lakshmi snatched Rishi and this room from me and says very soon I will come to this room with Rishi. Shalu says to Ayush that this means that Neelam auntie will never accept my sister. Ayush says Neelam auntie asks Malishka to call her mom, just as daughter-in-laws calls their mother-in-law's mother, and she is determined to get Rishi and Malishka married. Shalu gets worried and says I don't know how Malishka controlled Neelam auntie. Ayush tells Shalu that everyone have a misunderstanding that Lakshmi's sister-in-law does magic on everyone. Shalu says it is Lakshmi's love and endurance that everyone mistook as magic. Ayush says Neelam auntie is determined to get Malishka married to Rishi and says we will meet Rishi and Lakshmi tomorrow, and he ends the call. Then Shalu tells Bani that they will not accept defeat. Kiran is worried for Malishka. So now says I don't know how Virendra and Grandma reacted seeing Malishka. Kiran calls Malishka and asks that what happened after Neelam took her to the house. She asks if any drama happened. Malishka tells her that Neelam blew on the fire and she made everyone quiet just before any drama could happen. Kiran asks Malishka to try as much as possible to be in Neelam's good books because only Neelam can get her married to Rishi. Malishka says Neelam has promised me that she will get my marriage done, and Kiran asks Malishka not to get angry and she should be calm, and she ends the call. Sonal tells Kiran that she will go to Malishka tomorrow and she will make sure that Malishka doesn't do any mistake, and Kiran thanks Sonal. Sonal says to Kiran that Malishka and Rishi are both my friends and they love each other a lot, so I don't know from where Lakshmi came between them. At the uncompleted house, Rishi woke up because of the mosquito and he thinks to move his groom dress around to get some hair and so that he can sleep, and Lakshmi looks at him. Rishi tried to sleep and he touches his face as mosquitoes bite him, but then he finally sleeps. Lakshmi thinks that Rishi might have slept, but if I should rotate the dress, then he will get some air and he will sleep peacefully. Lakshmi rotates Rishi's dress and blow the dress up and down, and Rishi sleeps peacefully. Lakshmi gets sleepy as she is fanning Rishi with the dress and she falls on Rishi. Rishi woke up in time and owed Lakshmi before she could hit her head on the floor and says, "What are you doing?" while they have an eye lock and a song plays in the background. Rishi thanks Lakshmi for giving him the air and he asks her to go and sleep. Lakshmi asks Rishi that why are you scolding me? Rishi says no, I am not scolding you, and he says sorry. He says I want you to sleep and then I will sleep too because your peace is my peace. He says we both should try to sleep and he covers his feet with the dress and says the mosquitoes are biting him. He asks Lakshmi to sleep and he looks at her. Lakshmi sleeps and Rishi stands up and he uses his dress to blow air on Lakshmi as she sleeps peacefully, and a song plays in the background. Alright guys, thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.